Welcome to the 2021 school year in English 7 with me, Mrs. Borcherding, here at Osseo Middle School. First, I'd like to show you my classroom, which hopefully we will get to at some point this year and spend a lot of time in. Now, my classroom was full of student work and little hints of things that I love in my own life, like Doctor Who and Harry Potter. And then you can also see a picture of my home office where I'm going to be spending a lot of time whenever we are connecting online. Whether I'm in my classroom or I'm at home, I am still ready and available to teach and to listen and whatever it is that you're going to need this year. So what will we do this year? Well, to be honest, it's going to be a little interesting because we won't always know what's going to be next. For example, we're starting with distance learning for about 2 weeks, and we're hopefully moving to hybrid learning where I will see you at least part-time, face-to-face in my classroom, and I will also interact with you still online. And by the end of the year, hopefully, we could be in-person learning where I would see you all week long and all of my students together. Now, we might be bouncing back and forth among these options depending on the current situation, but regardless on what type of classroom we're in, we're always going to be moving forward in our learning. Now, this year I've picked a theme, and the theme for my classroom is the power of words, because especially right now, words have a lot of power. We're going to learn how to use that power responsibly, the power in our own words when we are writing and speaking, the power in others' words, which we will be reading and listening to. Those words can have positive power and they can have negative power, and we're going to find a way to harness that, to use it to really further our education. Let's start with the power in the words that we're going to read. We are going to read a wide variety of literature. Some novels like The Outsiders, The Crossover, or even some choice novels where I'll give you some options to pick from. We'll be reading short stories and poetry, nonfiction, and even more than that as we move through the year. We're going to write. That's putting our own words and giving them power as we share them with others. Things like short essays and letters, poetry, narratives, which are stories, arguments, filling out journals, and other options. We will speak, which is another way to share our words and give them power, is write vocally and verbally without even having to write it down. So we're going to be doing some online presentations. We're going to have discussions, hopefully both in person as well as online. You'll be participating in the classroom, whether that's on a Google Meet or when you can raise your hand right there in the room. Our video conferencing is going to give you a voice during your learning this year. So lots of ways to verbally share our words. And we're going to research, which is a way to go out and provide and find information so that we can put it together and provide it to an audience so that our words have credibility behind them. So we're not just stating opinions, but we are backing up our words with facts and proof. And we're going to use technology. This is going to be a big year to learn our tech tools and hone our skills. A lot of it's going to be on Schoology, but we will be using other tools and apps, Newsela and Quizlet and Kahoot, and even new apps that we might bring in through the year that are going to help us kind of bridge this gap between you and your home and me and my home, so that when we do eventually get into the classroom, we're going to be on the same page. Finally, we're going to build community, because this is a year when we're going to need each other more than any other year. We're going to need to build that respect for each other and for our classmates so that at the end of the year we can feel that we built as strong of an education in this 2021 school year that we would have learned and gained any other year had the circumstances been a little bit more, shall we say, normal. So we are going to really work on connecting and, like I said, respecting each other, whether it's over a Google Meet or when we finally get to see each other in person. So welcome to your 7th grade year at Osseo Middle School. Welcome to my classroom. And hopefully if you have any questions, you will let me know, whether it's through the Google Meets or the email or even Schoology messages eventually. Thanks for listening.